Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Hey folks, welcome to GAW Nitro 11 Night 2. I hope you've all been having a fantastic week. You know what I mean. If you know, you know. I know I have. And it is time for the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge. One of the most fun events in GAW, the longest running yearly event in the history of general admission wrestling, longer than the Classic, longer than the briefcase ladder match, longer even than the Rumble on the beach. And it has given us so much drama over the years. What could be in store for this year's edition? Jay White hoping for no drama, hoping that he walks in and out as the champion, but he will have to run through a gauntlet in order to do it. That's right, folks, for the first time ever, the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge will see wrestlers from both Evolution and Friday Night Storm. Evolution, of course, formerly the GAW Academy. And on top of that, not only are they competing together, they're competing against one another. Ulysses Sky coming in, admittedly with a worse record than Jay White overall, but a ton of match experience, and against some of the men who finish matches faster than anyone else. He's gone up against men like Midnight Santanico, to name a few. Santanico, the new Raw champion. Ulysses Sky knows a thing or two about finishing matches quickly. He will need to do that here against Jay White. And here we go. The bell rings, the timer begins. The challenge is simple. 8 men, 4 matches. Beat your opponent as quickly as possible. If you have the shortest match time, you will be crowned the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge champion. It was last year at Nitro 10, Bandito won the challenge in dramatic fashion, 1 second ahead of his closest competitor. It was one of the most dramatic endings to the Beat the Clock Challenge we have ever seen. Bandito used it to propel him into stardom, joined up with Rey Mysterio, reformed the Latin American Exchange, and became Intercontinental Champion. Ulysses Sky with a cattle mutilation, and Jay White able to reach the ropes, so Sky needs to keep going. The record for this challenge is held by Walter at 1 minute and 7 seconds. Ulysses Sky looking to break that right now with a cover here on White. He's got a 2. White kicks out. We just passed the minute 7 mark, so no one will be beating that record, at least in this match, but it's imperative that you set a fast time. Last year at Nitro 10, Walter and Tyler Bate went at it in the reignition of a classic rivalry that has brewed some classic matches. But they went over 3 minutes, so both of them were basically non-factors moving forward in the challenge, and that was huge. Cover here from White and a kick out. So with the record gone, the time to beat essentially is Bandito's winning time of 1 minute 41 seconds. We've just passed that mark. Every year is different. Jay White up to the top now. He's got Sky in his sights with the elbow drop, trying to imitate Ulysses Sky's Sky elbow. And Sky out of the way of that one. Every year is different. Of course, Walter won in 1 minute and 7 seconds, but in second place that year when Walter won, came in a shocking run from Roderick Strong that year. Strong finished with 131, so 2 times that year would have beaten Bandito from last year, but then it was at Nitro 6 that the winning time was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Ulysses Sky up to the top, shooting star press from Sky. He is such an incredible athlete when he comes from up there, but he's gonna go again. I gotta question the strategy here. We're at over 230. Sky needs to do something. It's the Sky elbow, but this time Jay White out of the way, and White gonna go right in for the cover. Talk about a smart strategy. This is the one, try to keep him off guard. Jay White does not get it. And the longer this match drags on, the less likely it is that someone One of these men picks up the win. Sky, reverse DDT on White. Again, it's different every year. The time to beat is always different, so they gotta set the standard here. White coming in and Sky ducks underneath. You gotta be able to set a good standard if you're gonna win this challenge. Street cutter. But if the standard is 330, I don't know if that's gonna get the job done. We'll have to find out. 3 more matches still to come in this challenge. Sky gets him up onto the shoulders, and Jay White able to avoid the incoming Death Valley driver that was certainly to come from Ulysses Sky. Oh, it's all about circumstance. And now Sky up onto the shoulders, Death Valley driver. No, it's a stun gun. It's all about who you're against. It's all about how you match up. And so sometimes you just get a situation like this where it's such an even matchup that nobody can come out on top in any kind of clear fashion. That's what makes the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge so fun, is that you do never know how these guys are going to react to each other, how they're going to match up, and who's going to come out on top. That's the fun part. Sky, beautiful enziguri in the corner. Jay White has been busted open, and Sky looking to take advantage. Cattle mutilation is in. This time Jay White not close enough to the ropes that he's going to be able to get a break. So Sky has to finish this, but White rolls over onto his back and breaks the hold. And now Jay White's got to come up with something here against Ulysses Sky. This match rolling into the 5-minute mark. The longest time ever to win the Beat the Clock challenge came over 5 years ago when Kofi Kingston won it. That was Nitro 3, and he did it in 3 minutes and 8 seconds. So it would take a miracle for the time here to win the Beat the Clock challenge at this point. Sky, Death Valley driver. He's made that a constant offensive option, and it's worked for him. Will it work today? It does. Ulysses Sky wins the match, but frankly, I don't think it's going to get the job done at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't think it's going to be good enough. Like I said, longest time to win, 3:07 from Kofi Kingston. So it would take a miracle for Sky's time here to be enough. But miracles have happened in the Beat the Clock challenge. We know that for sure. So we'll see what comes next. There are 6 talented competitors waiting in the wings. And I can't wait to see what they can do. But coming up next, in my opinion, the odds-on favorite in this competition, Lars Nightfall. He is pissed off, he is big, and he is ready. His match is coming up next. So the time to beat for the terrifying Lars Nightfall set at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Nightfall, he finishes most of his matches in less than that. I gotta be honest, a 14-8 record for the big man who boasts a win over Eddie Hernandez this season. I mean, this is as dangerous as you could expect for anyone. And Lars Nightfall, he's gotta be licking his chops right now at the record he's gotta beat. Cody Rhodes, I gotta be honest, is not really built for this kind of match, for this kind of situation. Cody is a technician, one of the greatest on the planet, and in my opinion, he can beat anyone on any given day, but doing it with the speed that you need to in order to win the Beat the Clock challenge, it's just not something that he specializes in. But you'll notice a pattern that all the guys in this challenge so far have had a lot of match time this season. Lars Nightfall 14-8, Cody Rhodes 9-13. It's tons of match experience to draw back on just from this season. We'll see how it how it plays out for these guys. There's the bell, there's the clock. Time to beat, 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Cody Rhodes start things off with that straight jacket DDT. This is Rhodes' first appearance in this competition. It is so as well for Nightfall, but I won't say that for every Evolution wrestler that's in it. For each one, it will be his first appearance. We will have a former champion coming up next as Drew McIntyre has re-entered the competition, looking to become the first ever repeat winner. Nightfall sends Rhodes into the corner. Beautiful hip attack. Oh, what a cross body. Absolutely lays him flat, and Lars Nightfall, he's looking to make quick work of this match. Cody Rhodes has to use his speed to duck underneath, and he does. Beautifully done, but Nightfall still on top once again, and already it seems like we are on pace for a faster match. Here, Nightfall goes shoulder first into that turnbuckle. Rhodes takes him down. We're approaching the 107 mark. That is the all-time record. So we will not see it beat in this match. But again, that mark of 530 still certainly seems to be in play, but Cody Rhodes sends Nightfall out of the ring. I gotta question this strategy. If you can't pick up the win out here, why would you bother fighting any of the match out here? This again is what I'm talking about when it comes to Cody. His game is just not built for this kind of challenge. Lars Nightfall, on the other hand, though, his certainly is. And you gotta be thinking in the future. The 530 mark, well in the distance still. But you gotta be thinking about who's coming up next. The former champion in Drew McIntyre, whose time was 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So you're talking about a guy who knows how to win in this competition, among others. Into the ring, Cody Rhodes looking to maybe do some damage here. Standing switch, Nightfall able to come off the back of Rhodes, but Rhodes answers big time back elbow. He got caught. Beautiful spine buster from Lars Nightfall. Turns it into a cover. Nightfall. Oh man. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought Lars Nightfall had finished this match off. He's gonna have to keep going, and Nightfall just laying in the punishment. Again, that 530, it's still well out there. But what's to come in the future, that's gotta be the calculation right now for these men. And if you look at the history of the Beat the Clock Challenge, it's usually not technicians that go on to win it. You're talking about guys like Jeff Hardy, Kota Ibushi, Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio. You're talking about big athletic guys. Beautiful power bomb from Lars Nightfall. And now Nightfall going to the top mount position. This is the way to do it. You gotta just try to blitz your opponent with this kind of offense. And now Rhodes up to his feet. Nightfall looking to finish this off quickly. Nightmare from Lars Nightfall into the cover. Nightfall beats the time. 3 minutes, 28 seconds is the new time to beat. Lars Nightfall sets the new standard at 3:28. I thought he had it right there. That would have been a better time. But 3:28, nothing to scoff at, and given the 5:30 mark set in our first match, it looks like 3:28 is going to be a pretty competitive time. Lars Nightfall did a tremendous job to end this match. And again, Cody Rhodes up against it with the kind of style he fights with Lars Nightfall, built to win this kind of competition. We'll see if that time holds. Martinez, another guy who's built to win this kind of match. But Again, not very similar to the kinds of guys we've seen win this type of match in the past. Certainly the exception. And right now, of course, the time to beat sitting at 3 minutes 28 seconds. Very beatable for someone like Damian Martinez. But given the quality of opponent he has to go against today, I don't know. Worst-case scenario for Damian Martinez in a number of ways. First of all, I misspoke earlier. I said that McIntyre was going to become the first ever two-time challenge winner. I meant three-time challenge winner. He's won this challenge twice. All right, so that's issue number one. Issue number two, these two fought ahead of Northern Lights in a brutal street fight, if you remember back, while Damian Martinez was chasing Jay White. Martinez won that match, so McIntyre is pissed off. All right, that's issue number two. Issue number three, the time to beat at 3:28. McIntyre, in both of his wins, defeated that time. So this for Damian Martinez, not looking good. For Drew McIntyre, he has to be ecstatic because this is wide open for him. Clock starts, 3:28 is the time. Drew McIntyre, by the way, in a big statement made ahead of this match, defeated Tyler Bate in 8 seconds. One of the quickest matches in the history of general admission wrestling. Remember, the record in the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge is 1:07. McIntyre had a minute to spare in that match. He's not going to do that again here, but Martinez might be looking to break the record himself. McIntyre throws him off. And both these guys to win, it would certainly be the exception to the types of men that win the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge. As I said, it tends to be guys more on the athletic side. Men like Ibushi, Kingston, Styles, Mysterio, Bandito. The guys like McIntyre and Walter are certainly the exception to that. But that doesn't make McIntyre any less dangerous as we're approaching the minute mark. McIntyre, beautiful short arm clothesline, but Martinez right back to his feet. Martinez working McIntyre down to the knees, off the ropes. He goes in a big time right. They passed the 107 mark, no new record in this one. But that time, 3:28, still very much within reach. Last year's time seems pretty safe at 1:41. McIntyre avoids the big boot from Martinez, which he's used to great effect. And a big-time back suplex, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre charging it up in the corner. He's got a short distance to go. McIntyre, Claymore! Absolutely lays him out. McIntyre hooks the leg, and Drew McIntyre sets the new standard, 149. Cruises past Lars Nightfall's time. 149, the new time to beat, and waiting in the wings is Jackal and Angelo Diaz. You're looking at it saying 3:28, I can do that. Certainly 5:30, I can do that. 1:49, that is tough. And that is right in there with some of the best times that we've seen. 107 the record, 141 last year. 149 is McIntyre's new personal best in the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge. His previous two won him the event. But as I say, every year in this challenge is different. Let's see how this year fares as our final two hit the ring. It's Jackal and Angelo Diaz. Jackal continuing the trend of men with a lot of match experience coming into this, 10-6. And again, a lot of those wins have been pretty short, but he's also been in some absolute battles, mainly with his former mentor, La Tortuga Roja, where he fought in no disqualification in the first ever mask versus mask match in the history of general admission wrestling. This guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to win matches. but he has a very, very difficult opponent waiting for him in this one. Diaz is by far the least experienced man in this match in terms of experience this season. He came in late as part of the Las Vegas connection. You can see it on his shirt. The connection has not had the end to season 2 that they would have expected, but Angelo Diaz can rescue that right here with a big win in the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge. He's got to beat Jackal to do it. He is more than capable of doing that, in my opinion. And if Lars Nightfall wasn't the favorite, if Drew McIntyre wasn't the favorite, then you got to say Angelo Diaz certainly was. Let's get to it. The 4th match of the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge. It's right now. Here we go, 148 the time to beat. Jackal starts things off with a cutter. Great way to start if you're Jackal. 107 is the all-time record. I keep reminding you because you never know what match that record might go down in. Jackal, he's turning up the pace now. It's the right time to do it. Beautiful defense and a spine buster. Uses the leverage. Angelo Diaz has to crawl away into the corner to try to get away from this attack. Not able to, as Jackal just laying it in right now. Against the enforcer of the Las Vegas connection, Jackal, what a boot. Right into the corner. That minute mark approaching quick. Jackal, he's got to do something if he wants to have that record. I know he does. Up to the top he goes. Jackal, he's got Diaz in his sights, but he's going to wait for Diaz to get to his feet. Jackal, what's he thinking here? He's thinking Hurricane Run off the top. Puts Angelo Diaz down. We've hit 1 minute. Jackal. Irish whip into the corner. Crossbody attempt. Countered. But Jackal off the ropes. DDT. We've passed the 107 mark. So we are not going to see a new champion or a new record holder in this challenge. But Jackal grounded hammerlock armbar. Hoping to win. This year, the 148 is the time to beat. And this grounded hammerlock. Diaz able to roll his way out of it, but there's no doubt Jackal has been dominant so far. Diaz maybe looking for a DDT as we've hit 130. 148 is the time. Jackal, look at the strike. Power bomb. Jackal, high stack cover. Jackal to win the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge. He's got it. 140. Jackal is the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge winner. What a performance. A power bomb from Jackal, a move that he has used to such great effect as of late, and to do it against a man that big is unbelievable. Jackal has won the Goldberg Beat the Clock challenge, and what stardom could he be sending himself to? Only time will tell. But speaking of stardom, it's 2 of the top young stars in the entire wrestling world. Yamamoto versus Queen Alexia, and it's coming up next. Man, Queen Alexia, she is a star in every sense of the word. I mean that with the utmost respect. However, it has to be said that Alexia, for all the star power she possesses, seems to be developing a little bit of that ego, a little bit of that arrogance that coaches and trainers always warn against when you're this age. I don't necessarily blame her, given the incredible run that she has been on all season, dating back into last season, but a 10-1 record, I mean, that's as good as they come. However, you do not necessarily want to keep that going against an opponent. Yeah, an opponent like this. Yamamoto coming out with her trainer, Kazuchika Okada. The man who famously anointed Yamamoto as the future of wrestling. And now here he is, a man who has competed at Nitro before, a man who has so much success in general admission wrestling across his long and decorated career, coming out with the woman he trained to be in this very position. Okada, an absolute legend of general admission wrestling. Yamamoto hoping that she can ascend to that legendary position herself to do it against Okada. Or to do it with Okada is just an unbelievable thing to think about. Yamamoto took so much from Okada. She uses his Rainmaker to win matches, and that is how she's won many of the 8 matches that she has won in GAW. What an incredible moment. What a Nitro moment for Kazuchika Okada and Yamamoto. This is just incredible. 10-minute time limit on this Evolution match. Yamamoto versus Alexia. They have been toxic, they have battled, they have brawled, and now they are finally here in the ring. Moto able to slide out of the way as Alexia was coming in with that knee strike and scoop slam. This will not be a match that is fought for time like we just saw in the Beat the Clock Challenge. By the way, we'll have an interview with Jekyll, the Beat the Clock Challenge winner, coming up after this contest. It was last year that Rey Mysterio returned to GAW during an interview with Bandito, the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge winner, so anything can happen at Nitro. We got to get through this contest first, and this promises to be a knockdown, drag-out fight between 2 women who hate each other, but you got to put the advantage toward Yamamoto, at least at this point, with Okada in her corner. Okada, not only one of the most gifted, one of the most skilled wrestlers in the history of professional wrestling, as Alexia able to get her shoulder up on the count, but he is also one of the great tacticians in professional wrestling, and that sometimes doesn't go respected as much as it should, because we all talk about how physically gifted he is and everything else he's done, but man, his tactical mind is almost unmatched, in my opinion, in the world of wrestling, and that is what's going to help Yamamoto in this match, and she has to be tactically sound because Queen Alexia can do things like that. Strength that betrays her size, but Yamamoto, toughness that you can always count on. You wouldn't believe Alexia is as strong as she is, but man, is she. Beautiful Death Valley driver right towards the ropes. Alexia got a 1 count out of that one. So certainly a marked improvement over the 0 count from the last cover, but still a long way to go. And a long way to go in this match yet. In my opinion, no clear advantage for either woman at this point. As Queen Alexia, what's she thinking here? Alexia getting Moto up to her feet and a spinning heel kick. The flexibility from Alexia to get her foot up there. Moto has about 6 inches on Queen Alexia, one of the shortest women in GAW. But she makes up for that with just incredible strength and this kind of athleticism that you're about to see off the top rope. Yamamoto sends her crashing to the ground. This is a good strategy from Moto, taking her time, working around. Moto, that's the strike, Rainmaker! Talk about taking your time. Yamamoto, Rainmaker in front of the man who invented it. the man who made it world famous, and Yamamoto trying to use it to win at Nitro. Moto hooks the leg, 2-0. Kazuchika Okada used the Rainmaker to defeat AJ Styles at Nitro 2, and now Yamamoto asking for help from her mentor. How do I go on after the Rainmaker failed, and Queen Alexia jumps right back on the attack. Moto needed guidance. Queen Alexia just needed an opening, and she got it. Okada's Rainmaker at Nitro 2 was the one that defeated AJ Styles, one of the great champions that we have ever seen in GAW. Now Alexia rolls through in a beautiful neck breaker off an incredible vertical from Queen Alexia to get up. Cover here from the referee. It's 2. That's the only time we've seen a Rainmaker before here at Nitro. It was Okada, and now it's Yamamoto, but it didn't get the job done in Alexia. Springboard kick, but it took as much out of Alexia as it did out of Yamamoto. That's the risk you run when you fight this kind of athletic style, but Alexia knows that. That's the bargain that she's made. 5 minutes gone in this match, 10-minute time limit, beautiful transition. Alexia with a lung blower. My God, the velocity on that one, and Alexia into the cover. Yamamoto just able to get her shoulder up. 2.5 at best. And Yamamoto, after asking for guidance from Okada, at this point she needs some kind of energy in this match, and she might just get it with that drop kick into the corner. Moto up to the top. And Moto might be saying up, she has one of the prettiest elbow drops in the business. I wonder if that's what's coming. It is! Beautiful elbow drop. Again, she learned from the best. Into the cover. Yamamoto, she's got the 2, but Alexia kicks out. Barely. A 2 count. As Yamamoto has to go back to the drawing board with under 4 minutes to go. Again, no clear advantage to either woman in this match, but Yamamoto just searching for something. Alexia rolls out of the way, and Moto cannot come off the top rope the way she wanted to. Even her long limbs couldn't reach Alexia there. That Snapmare does, and Moto, beautiful drop kick. Okada barking out instructions. And he's got it for Yamamoto. Neck breaker. Alexia breaks the grip and gets one of her own. That neck breaker was at the direction of Kazuchika Okada. And now Alexia gets Moto up under the shoulders. Alexia, she's going for a Queen's crown. Right into the cover. Alexia hooks the leg. Queen Alexia to win. No! Yamamoto with the kick out. Alexia, she's the one who's got to go back to the drawing board. After that, Okada barking more instructions for Yamamoto. Okada not silent in this one, nor should he be, given his incredible mind. Yamamoto asking him for guidance, and he obliges. Alexia! Springboard elbow drop, and this time Yamamoto one step ahead, drop kick right to the back of the head. Okada knows something about drop kicks delivered to that region. I'll tell you what. He's been on the wrong end of more than one. Yamamoto up under the shoulders goes Alexia. Moto, Queen's crown. Yamamoto using Alexia's own move to win this match, but she does not. Queen Alexia kicks out. Okada was a fan of going for the Queen's crown. You would see some coaches that would admonish their charges for doing something like that. Okada likes it. Okada knows the value of energy, he knows the value of momentum, and with 90 seconds to go, both of these women need energy and momentum. Just to try to get out of this match, Alexia, she's got Moto up after the double gutbuster. Queen's crown, number 2. Alexia lands it, and now Alexia not going to go for the cover. Instead, Alexia gonna go for a second one. Alexia, she's got it. Queen's crown, the double. Alexia hooks the leg. Queen Alexia, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Okada dragged the referee out of the match. Kazuchika Okada pulls the referee out of the ring. Alexia can't believe it. Oh my God! Alexia Tope Kanero to one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of the world. Queen Alexia has gone nuts, and so has Okada, and so has this match. Alexia just taunting Moto, and oh my God! Moto is not taking this lying down, but we got 10 seconds left. Yamamoto needs a move here. She needs this Rainmaker. She got it. Go for the cover. You gotta go for the cover. Yamamoto, she needs this right now. The time limit is running out, and Yamamoto hooks the leg, but she's not gonna get it. It's a time limit draw at Nitro. Absolutely unbelievable. But Jackal is standing by backstage. Last year it was Bandito who made his moment all about someone else. And where did that get him? No world title, no match at Nitro, no glory. Because most men do not have the vision that I have. My vision is becoming the greatest of all time. Not just the greatest luchador, but the greatest wrestler. I have already unmasked a legend, sent him to the Camposanto. That was the beginning. This was my next step. It ends with the whole world knowing Jackal's name, with Jackal standing at the end of Nitro with the most important championship in the world and the greatest of all time debate being over. Because Jackal is the greatest of all time, and now you have all seen it. Accuse Jackal of not having big plans, and that he does. He's been alluding to it this whole time, but to actually see him put into action the fact that he is world class, he's been inconsistent. We saw it against La Tortuga Roja, obviously, but he's been inconsistent with that so far. If he has found some consistency, then he will be a very dangerous man going forward. These are two very dangerous men when you talk about guys that can win the tag team championships right now, especially considering that unsanctioned Park, Eddie Hernandez are not 100%. Look at the look on Hernandez's face. He would not care if this was the biggest show on earth, Nitro 11, or some back alley fight in front of two people and a dog. This guy is here to collect some heads. Specifically the head of that man you see in the background of your screen, Devin Andrews. The man who nearly cost Hernandez his Nitro spot with a vicious attack that unsanctioned Park was thankfully there to step in and stop. But Park, in no uncertain terms, was clear. This is their opportunity to be considered the best tag team in the world, something they were robbed of by Andrew Wesley. And for Hernandez, it's an opportunity for revenge. And here we go. unsanctioned Park in for the champions. It's Kurt Andrews, the former Academy champion, in for the challengers. Eddie Hernandez is the big question mark in this one. We don't know if he's 100%. Devin Andrews, of course, saw to that. So Unsanctioned Park may have to do a little bit of the heavy lifting in this contest. We'll have to find out. Park starting it off hot with a big-time drop kick off the middle rope, and Kurt Andrews, he is already in a bad way. Park comes in with a big-time forearm. Andrews already not in a great position for Unsanctioned Park. The man who in many ways started the whole chain of events that brought us here. Now up to the top he goes. We know how important he is to the GAW Academy and how great he is off the top rope. He just took 2 knees right into the mat, and now Kurt Andrews gonna press his advantage. Tag in, here comes Devin, the most dangerous free agent in wrestling. Still a free agent. It's Devin with an assisted Meteora. Turns out Devin's found this out when you piss off enough people. You can find some matches, and Devin Andrews has done that. Now doing it with Eddie Hernandez and Unsanctioned Park, and now Devin, I noticed that he is very content to not have Eddie Hernandez in there right now. Running high cross on Park, and Hernandez wants to get in this match. Devin, he's got Park in, hits the canvas, no! Park was too quick for that. He saw it coming, and now Unsanctioned Park gonna continue his advantage. Park once again making the journey up top. We know how good he is off the top rope. Unsanctioned Park, miracle from LA, and Park hooks the leg to retain. Kurt Andrews is there. I noticed no Eddie Hernandez. Again, just saving that energy for when he's got to get in this match. Not 100%. Maybe it'll be here. Hernandez gets the pot shot in on Devin, who's able to get out of the corner, get out of the way of any kind of double team moves we might see from Park and Hernandez, who have become so good at that double team offense. Shockingly good, given where they're at right now. Tag in. Here comes Eddie Hernandez, and now Hernandez getting a chance to go face-to-face against the man who injured him coming into this match, and now Hernandez starts things off hot. It's a one-winged angel. And Eddie Hernandez, one statement and you're done. Devin Andrews needs the tag, and here comes the former Academy champion. These two have fought before. It's always been vicious, and Kurt Andrews now backing Hernandez into the corner and a crossbody. Hernandez out of the way. Another Irish whip off. Here comes Hernandez off the ropes. Hernandez around, but Kurt Andrews caught him in the German suplex off the wheelbarrow. Hernandez able to power out, and there is Devin Andrews. So Kurt does his job and is able to stay in the ring for long enough, but Eddie Hernandez, beautiful arm bar out of the butterfly suplex, and Kurt Andrews is in trouble. It's close to his territory, but Eddie Hernandez has that thing locked in deep. It's Kurt Andrews who has to get out of it, and he does. Hernandez so far not showing any sign of injuries that he's sustained, courtesy of Devin Andrews. That brainbuster might start to bring him out. Tag in, and here comes Devin. Devin wanted the tag, and Eddie Hernandez wanted him in. Now it's Eddie Hernandez looking for a powerbomb. Devin with a back body drop to counter. And now Devin Andrews backs him up into the corner, and instead, Devin Andrews, instead of going for a tag, Andrews just absolutely laying it in with some big-time shots. Right in the corner, and Eddie Hernandez busted open as Devin Andrews went over and over with those shots in the corner. Eddie Hernandez, this is going to be the time that he's got to show his championship quality. Got caught as Devin Andrews kicked up, but Hernandez, again, just too quick for it. Now Hernandez trying to lay in that powerbomb, and he does. It's what he got before. He hangs on. There's the second. Eddie Hernandez hangs on again. Triple powerbomb. And Eddie Hernandez now up to the top. We know what he's capable of from up here. Eddie Hernandez, speak easy, but he got the knees up. Devin was well prepared for the speakeasy. So we'll see what Eddie Hernandez has in store. What he's got left in the tank, dealing with that injury. Devin fights out of the corner, able to get a shot in on Yunsan Park, and now into the opposite corner goes Hernandez. Devin Andrews again just laying in some shots. Totally unprotected is Kurt Andrews standing right there. Devin Andrews laying it in, and now Andrews, oh my God! Andrews with a blackout, and now Eddie Hernandez, he needs a kick out here, he needs it in a big way, and he gets it! Eddie Hernandez, a man who's injured, not 100%, but the quality that he is displaying in this match, still not able to go on offense, but this is good enough for what he needs. Tag in, here comes Kurt, backbreaker, sent in, suplex, and now Eddie Hernandez bleeding, battered, but he's still in this match, survived the blackout, and now Eddie Hernandez, oh my God, knee to the gut, talk about laying it in. Hernandez, figure four, Kurt able to reach out, he was almost towards the rope, I can't quite tell if he's got it. Instead he just takes a few shots at the already bleeding face of Eddie Hernandez, into the corner, Kurt, that crossbody counter, Eddie Hernandez trying to walk back into his corner and get the tag, and Kurt presses the advantage. It's Hernandez who needs a tag right now, but he's still in this match, which didn't look so likely just a few minutes ago. Tag in, here comes Devin, probably looking to finish the job on the tag team champions. Coming up next, an unsanctioned match, the first ever at Nitro, between Sam Hunt and Omega Woods. Eddie Hernandez had sent Devin Andrews over the top rope, and now Hernandez just trying to clear his head, trying to clear the cobwebs, and maybe clear some of the blood that is surely obstructing his vision at this point. 10-second count, not a problem right now. Hernandez and Park conferencing. Devin finally stirring after taking a huge lariat from Eddie Hernandez, and now back in. Comes Hernandez, he needs a tag, and he gets it. Maybe that was the strategy. Eddie Hernandez tags in, here comes Yunsan Park, working 2-on-1, but he's fresh, probably the freshest in this match. And a huge knee strike absolutely blew Devin Andrews apart. Bleeding from the nose is Andrews as Yunsan Park sent into the corner, tag in, here comes Kurt. And Park, he did a great job to get Andrews out of this match, but he's on the wrong end of some double team offense from the challengers. And now it's Yunsan Park who needs to come up with some defense here. Kurt Andrews off both ropes. Andrews light the torch, and Park did come up with the defense. Knees right to the gut. Yunsan Park knew exactly what he needed to do, and now Park looking for that brain buster that he's used so well. But this time Kurt Andrews all over it and into the corner. Goes Park, tag in. Here comes Devin Andrews. Snapmare takedown, and we're going to see that assisted Meteora from the challengers. They have teamed together for such a long time. Inexperienced as far as GAW is concerned. Devin with a kiss the canvas, but Eddie Hernandez, he got back into the ring. I saw him right in that corner. There is Hernandez. Breaks things up, and now Hernandez, beautiful takedown on Kurt Andrews, and this is exactly what we come to expect from the tag team champions. This is how they've been so impressive in their short run as a team. Much less experienced than Devin and Kurt Andrews in terms of overall careers, but in GAW they have been as good as advertised. Eddie Hernandez and Kurt still battling on the outside. It's Devin and Yunsan Park on the inside of the ring. The referee can barely keep track of everything going on because it is absolute chaos out here. But Yunsan Park sends Devin Andrews into the corner. Hernandez and Kurt continuing their brawl as Yunsan Park sends Devin Andrews to the outside, and now Park has him lined up. This is a Yunsan Park classic. DDT through the ropes. Absolute classic Yunsan Park. He used that to help him win the Cruiserweight Championship. It's what propelled him into this level, and it's what helped propel the GAW Academy to this level. And now, right into his brother's knee goes Devin Yunsan Park. Doing what he needs to do as Eddie Hernandez back up onto the apron. Yunsan Park has taken advantage after a DDT through the ropes, and now back into the ring he goes. Devin Andrews just staggered. I'm not sure if Andrews knows what planet he's on right now. Yunsan Park waiting for Andrews to get back in the ring, and Andrews will need to beat the count to keep this match going, and he does. Just barely. Yunsan Park knew he was coming, and that's exactly what he was waiting for. Shot from Hernandez. Tag in. Park. Big boot. Ripcord. There's the knee. And now Park, the assisted moonsault from Hernandez. Can you imagine better tag team cohesion than this right here? Tag in. It's Kurt Andrews to break up the pin, but he eats the forearm from Eddie Hernandez. It's been a long time since we've seen a tag team running full salvo the way Hernandez and Yunsan Park can. Now Hernandez, speakeasy, but Devin got the knees up. That was the match right there. There's no doubt about it. Devin Andrews able to stay alive only for the moment, but now Andrews turning his attention back to Yunsan Park. Big shot to Park, and Hernandez brings him through. Rope hog DDT. Devin Andrews turned his attention away from Eddie Hernandez and decided to go straight at Yunsan Park, and suddenly we've got a one-on-one match between Hernandez and Andrews. Devin is the man who injured Eddie Hernandez coming into this match, both men bleeding, and now we've got a one-on-one match. Knee strike turned aside, knife edge chop, answered. Eddie Hernandez falls off. Uranagi from Hernandez into the cover. Eddie Hernandez to retain the tag team championships. Andrews kicks out. Hernandez has to keep pushing here, and so does Devin. You see what this match has taken out of both of these men. Unbelievable. Hernandez lays him out, and there is Kurt Andrews, the former Academy champion, back onto the apron. And he might be needed right now. There's Yunsan Park. Hernandez, surfboard stretch. He's got the bow and arrow in, and Devin Andrews has to tap out. Eddie Hernandez submits the man who injured him. Coming into this match, Eddie Hernandez in a one-on-one situation picks up the win against the challenger. Devin Andrews did everything he could. The challengers did everything they could. But this is as good a tag team match as you will ever see. And the only championship on the line on night 2 ends in drama. Eddie Hernandez with the crimson mask gets the win. Yunsan Park and Eddie Hernandez, GAW's newest tag team, or second newest tag team, I suppose now, retain their titles as the tag team championships stay with the faces of the GAW Academy. No, I'm out of here. Absolutely no questions. You see, I told every single person what was going to happen, that Yamamoto had such an ego and she wasn't willing to ever show that to anybody. She pretended like she didn't have one, and now you see what happens. And that absolute fake Kazuchika Okada, he just walks around every day like he's God's greatest gift to wrestling, and you see exactly what he is about. You see exactly the kind of stuff that he does, and mark my words, they are going to come out and tell you that everything they did, it was just to beat me. It was just because that they felt that I was going to cheat, that I was going to win unfairly. But who is the only person who did cheat in that match? That's right, it was Moto and Okada. So I'll just leave you to decide who the real good guy is here, who the real bad guy is here. But just ask yourself this. I have been nothing but honest to you this whole time. But Yamamoto, she hasn't spoken, she hasn't done anything. She's just pretended to be humble and then pulls that bullshit. So ask yourself, who do you want to support in Season 3? Who is the real best rookie in GAW? Who is going to be the future of the women's division in GAW, in Evolution? Is it going to be someone who's honest, or is it going to be someone who is fake as shit?
Burn 'em. How much money I be making, I'ma burn 'em. I'ma murk 'em. And if they playing with this fire, I'ma burn 'em. Murder, it's a murder. Disrespect if I'm a spark it, I'ma burn 'em. And I be searching, I be lurking, I'ma hurt 'em. And all these bridges that I'm building, I'ma burn 'em. Burn 'em. Burn 'em. How much money I be making, I'ma burn 'em.
Well, I gotta disagree with Queen Alexia's characterization. I do not believe that Kazuchika Okada is in any way a cheater. I think Alexia just sort of reaping what she sowed, to be quite honest with you. I know she won't see it like that. But that's certainly something to think about heading into season 3. Omega Woods. He has had an issue with Sam Hunt for months now. It was Hunt who took Woods out of competition and in a large way probably prevented Woods from challenging for a title here at Nitro. So now Woods will get his chance at revenge, much like we saw in the last match. Even a couple months ago, being told that Sam Hunt was going to be here at Nitro doing this. The biggest show of the year has never seen someone like Sam Hunt. Both of these men undefeated, and that will continue after this match. An unsanctioned contest. It will not go towards their record, which will be cleared anyway going into season 3, at least officially. But that doesn't mean we won't talk about career record. Both of these men will leave here unblemished, but one of them will leave the victor in what is very possibly the most emotional grudge match of Nitro this year. There seems to always be one. 2 years ago at Nitro 9 was Jay White against Cody Rhodes that featured White slamming Rhodes through the top of a steel cell. Last year it was Keith Lee versus Matt Riddle, former best friends in a last man standing match. And this year it's Omega Woods versus Sam Hunt in the first ever unsanctioned match at Nitro. Anything goes here tonight. The only rule, pinfall or submission, must happen inside the ring. We'll see how these men approach it, and so far it's just wild shots from both competitors, as you'd imagine. Omega Woods is the first to go up high with that suplex. It's going to be so interesting to see how these guys approach a match like this, as Hunt with a face buster and a cover early on from Sam Hunt here, trying to end this thing early. Omega Woods way too strong for that. Yeah, how do you approach a match like this? It's always part of the strategy that never really goes mentioned. But when you talk about an unsanctioned match, you gotta talk about bringing in weapons. But if you do that, then you've introduced them to the match, and they might be used against you, as Omega Woods went for that slide underneath. Sam Hunt knew exactly what was coming, and now Woods exits the ring on the other side and able to play defense against Hunt as Woods goes in for the shots. Sam Hunt maybe not so prepared for Omega Woods. Woods certainly was prepared for Sam Hunt going into this match. We saw them brawl ahead of what would have been an incredible contest between Sam Hunt and Oliver Parker. We will see Parker versus Wesley, last man standing, coming up on night 3. That's a little teaser there for you. You will not want to miss that. I'm sorry, that's coming up on night 4. Talk about something you do not want to miss. That's coming up on night 4. Main event of night 3. Since I teased you, I got to give you something. Main event of night 3, Casey Catanzaro versus Ronda Rousey for the world title. That is coming up this coming Monday, so make sure you don't miss it. Hunt sending Omega Woods across the face of the ring. and flying into that barrier. Again, you talk about all of the action that's going on out here as Omega Woods just raining down shots on Sam Hunt. But who is going to be the first to bring in a weapon if it happens? Because again, you gotta worry about it. Could it be used against you? Omega Woods, I'll tell you what, that ring post can be used against Sam Hunt. Woods just tossing him surreptitiously into the steel post. And now Omega Woods, what's he thinking? Back into the ring with Sam Hunt, he goes. So far, you gotta consider this success from Omega Woods because he is looking really good against Sam Hunt here. And now Woods going up, powerbomb position. Hunt off the shoulders, and Sam Hunt answers with a big-time cutter. Hunt has been through some tough opponents so far. That springboard dropkick. He always tends to have something new in the tank, and the springboard dropkick is it. Woods kicks out at one, but Sam Hunt puts it in his mind that athleticism, that springiness, he possesses it as well. Not something you think about when you talk about Sam Hunt, but he certainly got it. And now Hunt, look at the pace he's fighting at. This is all in service of proving to Omega Woods that he has to fear every part of Sam Hunt's game. There's no way he can outpace Hunt. There's no way he can out-athleticism Sam Hunt. Omega Woods, a former 5-time UFC light heavyweight champion, just an incredible mark in his unbelievable mixed martial arts career. And he's brought that into professional wrestling, where he has been one of the most dangerous men, one of the best professional wrestlers in the world, an 8-0-1 record that features a win over Unsanctioned Park. Hunt, double moonsault to the outside, unbelievable. I think Omega Woods got the knees up on that one. I can't believe Omega Woods even saw that coming. Sam Hunt, again, this is a guy you can never predict. That's what we've learned so far about him, a 3-0 record for Hunt. He has not fought very much, but when he has fought, it's been against dangerous competition, and he's beat them all. Lee Carr, Seth Woods, and, of course, Unsanctioned Park. So a battle of two men who have wins over the man who, in many ways, is responsible for getting them here, Omega Woods. With his arm trap crossface, Sam Hunt, again, it wouldn't count out here. The pinfall or submission has to happen inside the ring. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't be a moral victory, so to speak, for however much you believe in those. Sam Hunt, either way, not going to let it happen. And Hunt, under the ring he goes. What is Sam Hunt thinking? Is he going to be the first to bring in a weapon? He is not. Omega Woods from behind. And now Woods just sends Hunt into the corner of that table. And instead, Omega Woods saying, nope, it's going to be me. I will be the first to bring in a weapon into this match. Now the question is, which one will it be? Oh, it's the table. We've seen this before. Omega Woods, he is known for using these tables. He did it against Unsanctioned Park. The only blemish on Omega Woods' record, if you want to call it that, was a double countout draw with Unsanctioned Park because he and Park crashed through a table on the outside and were not able to make it back in the ring. Now Omega Woods might be thinking something similar with this table inside the ring, or maybe he's thinking something similar with this table outside the ring. Woods clearing it off. And is he going for the other one? He is. Clearing both tables on the outside is Omega Woods. Again, something he's known for, something he's used in the past. That teardrop suplex, good lord. Saito style from Omega Woods. And Woods might have some dangerous, some foul intentions with those tables, but he's not going to use them right now. Instead, back into the ring he goes. And Woods has other plans for Sam Hunt. You gotta wonder if that was just a false flag for Hunt, clearing off those tables. If that's what has Hunt's energy right now, as Woods has perched the table that he brought into the ring up in that corner, and now Sam Hunt, his first offense in what feels like a long time in this match, is a big-time uppercut. And now Hunt off the ropes and a drop kick. It's a good thing to be unpredictable. Omega Woods, I wouldn't say he's unpredictable in the conventional sense. We know what his game is. Oh man, thrust kick to the unprotected head. But what we don't, I mean, you know what his game is. The problem is we don't know how to stop it. Anyone who fights him. Well, Sam Hunt's about the opposite. You just don't know what he's bringing in to this arena. And Omega Woods finding out the hard way that you just can't. Oh, Sam Hunt over the top. Hunt with a beautiful tope over the top. And Omega Woods caught back first with that splash. And Sam Hunt, we haven't seen a cover in this match in a few minutes, as these men just trying to ruin each other here up against the table. Omega Woods, what is Sam Hunt doing? Hunt, oh my God! Sam Hunt just sent Omega Woods face first through the table. Good God almighty, Sam Hunt into the cover. Sam Hunt to win the unsanctioned contest. Woods kicks out. He just lawn darted Omega Woods face first into the table, smashed it into bits. And Omega Woods, this is his first stirring. He might be seriously hurt. In fact, I believe he is seriously hurt. Climbing out of the ring, Sam Hunt has brought in another table, but this time Omega Woods was too quick for it. Into the steel steps goes Hunt. Omega Woods saw the other table being introduced and saying, no, I've got to do something here. The thrust kick. And he does do something. He's got to have an answer for Sam Hunt in this one, and he's got one, sending him up against that table. Omega Woods, he's got Hunt in a dangerous position, and up onto the table he goes. Omega Woods, he's getting Hunt to his feet. Gunslinger through the table. Again, it's something he's known for. Using that table to full advantage, and now Hunt, he is in a bad way as Omega Woods, what a thrust kick. Woods, just a spot of adrenaline here, but how long will it last? You have to believe that Omega Woods is dead tired after being sent through a table himself, and now going gunslinger through that table. How much energy does he have to give? Apparently more for this striking exchange with Hunt, and once again, Omega Woods comes out on top with that snap suplex. Woods has more in the tank, at least for the moment. And now he's got Sam Hunt perched up against the other table. There's no way Woods is thinking about doing this again. It took so much out of him the first time. There's no way that he can think about doing this again. Staring down Hunt, Omega Woods, is he going to try for it again? They're both on top of the table. Gunslinger! Omega Woods! It took a lot out of him. Woods barely able to get to his feet, barely able to move, and he has to drag Sam Hunt out of the rubble of these tables that he has created. Back into the ring goes Hunt, and now Omega Woods up to the top to try to finish this thing off. Hunt back to his feet. Unbelievable that Sam Hunt's even able to stand. Woods with the Hurricane Run off the top. The energy needed from both of these men at this point in the match Woods up to the top, elbow drop, and Sam Hunt's out of the way. Woods should have just gone for the cover immediately after rolling Hunt in, but it took him so long just to get Hunt in the ring that a cover was not possible. And now Woods on the outside as Hunt stares him down. Woods hangs him up on the top. Omega Woods gotta be regretting not going for the cover when he did. But not that it matters right now as Woods just exchanging big time forearms with Hunt. Hunt going in, Omega Woods, I thought he was setting up for the gunslinger instead. He eats a Michinoku driver from Sam Hunt. And now Sam Hunt, I don't know if he's recovered from going through those tables, but he's at least on his feet. Hunt going in and he's caught. Lariat from Omega Woods, and now Woods looking to finish when he started through those tables. Boot to the gut. Woods, he's got it in. Cold 45, no. Hunt answers. Lariat puts Woods down. Sam Hunt survives the Cold 45, and now Hunt, boot to the gut, and we know what his double underhooks mean. Hunt gets Omega Woods up. Thrill of the Hunt. And Omega Woods, the tables were his downfall. The gunslinger surely would have finished it. Now he needs a kick out here. He does not get it. And in this unsanctioned match, Sam Hunt is the winner. A totally destroyed ringside. Table bits strewn all over. Here's another look as Sam Hunt just goes face first. Sends Omega Woods face first. Sam Hunt survives two gunslingers through tables on the outside. Here's a look at the first and the second. But because it was the outside, Omega Woods just couldn't do anything. He couldn't convert on the cover. And it gave Sam Hunt the opening he needed. The Colt 45 countered, Thrill of the Hunt hit, and Sam Hunt leaves Nitro the winner of a devastating unsanctioned match. Two men who have brawled for months. It ends here at Nitro. Only one could stand, and it was Sam Hunt. Their records will remain unblemished going into Season 3, but for Hunt, it has to be considered the biggest win of his GAW career. We'll see you all on Night 3. Still more, so much more to come. Casey Catanzaro versus Ronda Rousey for the World Championship. The Intercontinental Championship on the line. 4 championships coming at you on Night 3 of Nitro 11. Enjoy your weekend. The end is in sight. And folks, you do not want to miss it. Subscribe. We'll see you next time. We appreciate you.